Fair. So what makes you decide to start rapping? Because you basically done a whole lot of nifty shit, and now you're out there eco-planeting. How do you get to the point where like you're fucking rapping? Like that's a, I would say in this case it's a bit of a pivot. It's a bit of an
Yeah.
unexpected pivot.
Well, and the weird thing is, I mean, I guess it's pretty generic to say, but everyone picked up something new in COVID. It's kind of about the time. But it wasn't because of that. I'd always one of my favorite rappers is Ritz, and I've seen him live 5 or 6 times, and I got to meet him, hang out with him, take a shot with him, and one time, and met him up in Dallas, Texas, and we were down there, and then there's this guy who now me and him have been friends for 6 or 7 years. We travel together, hang out. We've gone to shows together. We went to the Gathering of the Juggalos 2019 for the 20th
You
anniversary, and he
got to go to the gathering of the Juggalos? Okay, now we
got to
gotta
perform there
pause.
too for 2 days.
You got to perform at the
I,
gathering.
I was a hype man because I wasn't rapping at that time, but I was.
Bro,
We had a few guys,
I
like
don't
four
even
or five of
care
the
if
guys.
nobody else cares. You got to tell me about the gathering of the Juggalos and your experience with that. I don't give a fuck how long it takes. It is a lifelong goal of mine to go to this motherfucker. I would have put it on a credit card in 2020 type things, but then COVID. Like, that's how fucking ready I was for the gathering. Because, like, I've been every year wanting to do this for so fucking long. It looks like the littiest shit ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I've got the contact. I'm gonna try to get actually perform there this year, hopefully.
Oh, that's so fucking serious. Okay, so how do you end up, like, doing that?
Well, and that's the thing too, because like growing up, I'm not. I mean, I'm not a juggalo, but man, I love the experience. It was one of the best, and I've been to hundreds of live music venues from rock to metal to rap to R&B to country, and I'd probably say it's the best festival and best music experience I ever had. It was amazing.
The best concert I've been to, hands down, in my life is the Great Milenko tour in 2019 when they came to Montreal and they sprayed me
Okay,
with fucking Fago. And like, yo, first of all, that album's banging, so it's a great album to see perform live. But like, it's hard to describe the Fago experience until you're really in it. And
crazy.
I have like video of me getting hit in the face with Fago, and it's like incredible. Except my phone's waterproof, so I'm like, fuck that. We going in on this filming shit. And man, it was beautiful, and just the whole like theater of it all, like the spectacle, like, yo, they took this Fafun's bar up in Montreal, which a lot of people don't utilize correctly, and turned it into a whole experience, bro. By the time it was done, there was this much Fago on the fucking floor of the bar. Like, it was serious. It was the best show I've
It's
been
crazy.
to. Like, and then you might not like it after when you're sticky on the subway, but that's what happened.
uh, Only people who know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that is a fun time and a nasty feeling.
All right, so yeah, tell us about the gathering though, for real.
Well, have you ever heard of Odd Squad Family?
Yes.
They got the guy Nubs, he has no arms, no legs, Snowman, Albino, and then A Factor. We performed on Thursday up there on the Shazam stage, and okay, I guess going back real quick before I roll with that, I'll say how I started rapping was with my buddy Trouble Oak. He promoted Ritz, he's from Hobbs, New Mexico, my hometown, but me and him didn't know each other. He's a hip hop artist over there named Trouble Oak. He's been doing it for 20 years. He does a lot of different things. Has his money side records, a studio, and everything. So I'd always he promoted Ritz. He came to 7 years ago. Came to Odessa. Was promoting. I was like, oh shoot, Ritz is performing in Hobbs. Yeah, I got to go get some tickets. So I hit this guy up from I seen the promotion online. We ended up shooting pool all night, and then we ended up teaming up and playing some Cowboys and pool all night, and beat them and drank tequila for free for 5 hours. And then we got to talking music. Of course, he loves hip hop, and so do I. So I mean, hey, we became friends. And then I work in Hobbs a lot for what I do for work. Especially back then, I used to travel. I'd go over there to a studio and hang out, go eat, play dominoes, and we'd sit out there and I'd watch him record people because I mean he engineers, he produces beats and everything. We'll sit there and I watch him make beats. I watch him record himself, record other people, or we'll just listen to music. Take Nine, Ritz, whatever, System of a Down. little to everything. We got to hang out and stuff, and then became pretty good friends. And then one day we're sitting there for, years later, start freestyling and stuff, and he said, why don't you ever think about recording a song? I said, I don't know. Never really crossed my mind. I never really figured I could sing much, or I didn't even think it's any good. Which he said, dope, man. So I said, okay, so I'll give it a try. And so I was at the gym. See, I kind of put that on the back burner for a little bit. I was at the gym one day running, working out and stuff, and I started listening to some Wu-Tang Clan. Sitting there listening to Wu-Tang and was like, you know what? Hey, I just was listening to the beat in between sets or something. I'd sit there on my phone and started like jotting down lyrics to that. I was like, what would it be like to kind of put together the thoughts of a song? I don't even know how to put a song together, but what would be the thoughts of it? So I start going there, do. I write a little song, and I hit him up and say, hey, what would you charge me to make me a beat and then do a verse on it? So he gives me a number. I said, okay, that's more than reasonable. Let's do it. I want to try it. I want to test myself. So that's how it born. But now we fast forward back to the gathering, and I went with him. He said, because we're pretty good friends at this point. This is 5 years later. He said, hey, we're sitting at Applebee's having a beer, and he took a shot. And he said, you want to go to the gathering of the Juggalos? And I'm like, what? What do you mean go to the gathering of the Juggalos in Indiana? Because Indiana is 15 hours away or something, 18 hours away. I've never been to Indiana in my life. He said, you want to go to the gathering of the Juggalos in Indiana? I was like, maybe. So I look at the lineup and start seeing this. Okay, of course, ICP, and then start seeing Morris Day and the Times, War. Then I see Bone Thugs, Tech Nine, Twisted Insane, Odd Squad Family. I was like, hey, let's go. I was like, that's right up my alley. Just a big, huge, diverse lineup of music of every genre. So like, this sounds amazing. And I've always heard about it. I was like, I want to go check out the experience. Like, I want to go hang out there and see what it's like. Awesome. We get there the first day, and he performed on the Shazam stage. I think we got there 4 o'clock. We performed at 5 o'clock on Thursday. I think this is maybe the second day of the gathering. No, we performed one day on Wednesday and then one day on Friday. So yeah, Wednesday we get there about 5 o'clock, and they perform on the secondary stage, not the huge main stage, but at the still a big stage up there. Nicest stage I'd ever been on to this day. But we go up there, and then they give us our own little trailer and stuff. Says Money Side Musical. We get to use it for 4 hours before and after, a little bit to hang out and party and whatnot. It was cool. And it was him, one of our buddies, Roach Joker, another artist, Smooth Gambino, and DJ Foulmouth. We all kind of traveled together up there, like a big ass road trip. So we performed and everything, and then the next day, because I was a big Odd Squad fan, me and my wife listened to him, liked him a lot. We're sitting there after the performance stuff. He had set up his little merch booth and whatnot out there, some CDs and shirts he'd made, and had a canopy and sold lokes, and we're sitting there, and then I look over here like this, see Nubs and Snowman walking over here, and A Factor right behind him. Like, what the hell? That's cool. Because that's one of the people I was excited to see on the show that I really wanted to go for. So they stopped by the booth, and then Nubs didn't have any glasses, so we gave him a pair of lokes, and we ended up sitting there. Over here, I can't smoke because of work, but everyone was blowing blunts, smoking, had a 7-foot bong. But we sit there and finished a bottle of Ciroc Redberry, me and the Odd Squad family, while they're sitting there smoking with their other friends and DJ and stuff. So it was a pretty cool, surreal experience. And then they said, hey, they said, you know what? If you ever get into music, let us know, and we'll get you a feature. So that's on that Time Travel album. I got a verse from Nubs, and then on the Trials and Tribulations album, I did a verse with Snowman. And I was like, to me, as an artist, back then, I didn't even know I was gonna make music. It's kind of cool to fast forward 2 years later. Okay, now I got a song with these guys that I looked up to and loved their music. Kind of impacted my life. I was like, that's pretty cool journey and thing to actually put into real time. It wasn't okay, I met him at a show and talked to him for 5 seconds and took a picture. I got to sit there for an hour and a half and laugh and hang out with them.
It just goes to show the power of festivals in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe not so much the Coachellas. I don't really know what the vibe's like there, but More of those like underground festivals that like are more like that are more like you could turn around and the motherfuckers right there wanting to party with you for some random reason. So I
Hey,
fuss.
do you know? Have you ever listened to Kung Fu Vampire?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that we actually because the guy that I'm talking about, Trouble, he produces or he promotes shows over there in New Mexico. So one of the shows I went and performed at on Thursday, but he's brought down like Busy Bone, Devin the Dude, Ritz, and Kung Fu Vampire's been there like 3 or 4 times, and his drummer Brandon, like we sit there and we hang out with him and drink with them at the bar before and after they perform, and it was kind of cool going to the gathering, and then they recognized us there from some tour stop in New Mexico that they're hanging out. They're, hey, you're the guys from Hobbs, right? And we sit there and talk, and we're hanging out with Kung Fu Vampire and his drummer watching ICP up on the stage, and I think it was um, Vinny Paz and Ari the Rugged Man, Jedi Mind Tricks.
Still, that's fucking
Yeah,
blessed.
yeah, Jedi Mind Tricks was performing, and we're sitting there hanging out with Kung Fu Vampire and his drummer Brandon.
That's like one of those stories that would make a lot of people super jealous that you got to experience.
It was, yeah, it was an unreal experience too. Because I mean, I liking wrestling and having like just aggressive nature. I love the mosh pit, but it was cool because over there, because everyone moshes, but everyone's super cool. Like no one like gets mad, and I mean, it was one of the like freest environments I've ever been in. Like anything and everything you could see goes on, but no one gives a shit about anything. They worry about themselves and hey, have a good time, and no one
Yeah,
worries about shit.
that's serious.